Do you know what? Sometimes half the adventure of prospecting is just finding the place. I think according to the map it says it's about 1 kilometre that way. Every now and then I have to take off my bag, crawl under a tree, put my bag back on. So this is the kit I have. A sucker tube on the side, I have barrel tubes loose, and I have my 1/4 inch on the side then of the bag. Normally I have my machete to have its case in a minute. In the bag I have my Dream Mat 6x16 loose box, small pickaxe, my lunch, bottle of water, and a trowel. So really what I'm trying to do is take the minimum that I can today, so that if I do find good ground and I start finding nice gold, fill up a full pan sluice staff. If I got 5 pan sluice there, this is equivalent to 1 full bucket. And the idea that everything sits in the bag is just absolutely fantastic. Just gonna go to head mount in a second, and we're just gonna continue working down the trail, and periodically I'll come back to you. And hopefully we find a river. But yeah, for the time being, the main objective is just get to the river. So now that we have the plan and know what we're doing, clear bushes, create access, get to the river. Let's go find the shiny. Right, so what I found works best so far, this is like the 3rd obstacle I've had to get through. Leave the pack there, leave everything there. I'll just bring the case from my machete and the machete. Always, if I'm walking downhill or anything like that, I'll never have the blade facing to me. I'll always have the blade facing right out. So what I find works best is just leave the pack where it is for the time being until we get a decent bit of trail opened up. Also using the right tool for the job. This is a machete. I also have a pruning saw. Dude, look at that. Look at the amount of grey clay underneath that fallen over tree. That's not too bad. I think it's probably just safer just to go around. Again, I'll put the blade out to my left, curve it out that way. Okay, so here's an example of what we don't want to do. This branch is kind of in the way. All I really want to do is the absolute minimum that gets me to the river. So because this is such a big obstacle to get through, when I have this cleared, I'm going to go back for my pack, which is all the way back that way. I'm going to go back to the bag and get my pruning saw, because that would be the right tool for the job. Because of the fact that I'm coming back to here and my path back that way is now clear, I don't need the machete with me. I don't want to risk having it on my hand. So what I'll do is just pop it in there. Let's go find a river. So that'll be the phrase today, not find the shiny. Let's go find a river. Okay, so we're making some progress. So far, so good. Ooh, I can see the trail ahead of me. Oh, nice, it clears out. Great stuff. I'll just use my right hand just to prune this down a bit. Need a better saw. If anyone who manufactures saws would like to sponsor me, head over to Gold Panning Ireland, link below, and get in contact. Because I'm using something I got in a discount store. I was just going to put the pruning saw away. I'm going to grab the machete for a second. Never grab a machete by its blade. This is razor sharp. So again, we're just swiping at an upward angle. You're not bouncing into it. It's deflection effectively. So you're just bouncing away from it. And the great thing about this setup is, if I wanted to take a different route back, let's say I come down out the other side of here and I find an actual proper official trail, I can just hop on that trail and take this back. I don't have to come back this way and say, oh, I left me shovel, oh, I left me whatever there. I'm liking this. It just goes on and on and on and on. Right, I'm going to get down as far as I can. Next time I have to stop, I'm going to check my coordinates, see where I am on the map. Right, let's just crack on with this. Let's go find a river. Right, I just stopped for a quick rest. I had to crawl under this tree, which meant I had to take the pack off, which meant I had to crawl down my hands and knees to get under it. So while I was on my hands and knees and just flipped around, leaned up against this tree here and just having a quick break. 5 minutes just to rest, and then I'll get cracking on. I also have to factor in about another hour to get back to the main trail, and 45 minutes after that to get back to the car. But once I'm back to the main trail, then I can use my headlamp, and to be honest, if the headlamp it dies, it doesn't matter. I know my way back, but I gotta be out of here. I gotta be realistically back on the trail by 6:30, and it's now 20 to 3, so I reckon I've about 3 hours on there at the river when I get to it. According to my map, it's another 15 minutes walk. It's official. I have reached the end of the road. So this is a swamp. Initially I was thinking, oh well, okay, there hasn't been that much flow, it's probably that's what it is. This is a swamp. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not going down there. Probably close on 2 hours working this But there's a lot of crawling under hedges, crawling under trees. But look, that's what you got to do to get to the gold. I'll go back the way I came, down to the big massive stone walls, get into the river, walk up river. Right, let's crack on with it. Let's go find a river. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is one of those places I've dreamed of visiting. I've literally never been here. I've dreamt about this place multiple times. Bit of a dip there behind a boulder. I'll definitely be sucker shooting behind that. Yeah, there's definitely potential here. Right, I'm gonna do some sample panning here, and like before, I'm just gonna do my own thing and you just can watch. Just crack on with that. I'm at the river. Woohoo! Right, let's go find some shiny. First thing I'm gonna do is gonna start scraping out of underneath this rock. See where the rock is here. Nice big boulder. I'm just start working it down. Again, like before, I'm just gonna leave it in the background. If you want in the background, and I'll just do my own thing. So I'm gonna do some multiple sampling, and sure, we'll see what we find. Just crack on with it. Let's go find the shiny. Alright, so as mentioned, first thing I need to do is just start cleaning up this crack under here. Just get into those little cracks there. What I'm trying to do is to get down as deep as I can with this pick first, and use the other part to pull the rocks towards me. A little crevicing tool will be handy in here. I think I'm on bedrock. It's probably not though, it's probably just clay packed in nice and tight. Just want to make sure the pan's nice and clean before I take the sample. That's about half a pan, happy days. Time we go downstream, we'll pan this through. Have you sitting in the pockets of the waders? A different angle altogether. Just work it down again. Hand stays perfectly still. You're bumping off it. Work around back. Very gently fan it backwards. And that's a no on that one. What I'm going to do now is come downstream a little of that. What I might do is I might take the shovel, clear out a section here, and again sucker tube out. So what you got to do, just try and try and try. I spent 2 hours to get here, but I'm not about to give up after the first pan. I'm literally looking for an excuse to set up the sluice. Right, let's just crack along with it. Let's go find some shiny. Any shiny will do for this stage. Right, test pan number 2, you saw there in time lapse. I dug into here, tip away from the hole. That way water falls out, gets in the grooves. Right, let's go pan number 2. See if we're on gold. So yeah, pan number 2, no gold. But that being said, the material is a lot darker, and I got more flash in the pans. That's the hole I'm digging out of. What I'm going to do is going to use a spade. I'm going to dig down a little bit, and where I can't dig anymore, then I'm going to get the scraping tool, crevicing tool, and we'll just get in there even though the water's freezing, get that hole dug nice and deep. Just going to crack on with this, and I'll come back to you later on when I have finally completed a test pan that has gold in it. Again, I don't salt. I know, I'm sure for entertainment purposes and likes and subs and all the rest, because it'll look good on camera. Sure, what's the point in that? I'm out for the day to find gold. If I want to do that, sure, I could do that at home, you know. So anyway, let's talk more digging and crack on with this. I'll come back to you later on when we actually do find some gold, real gold from here. Right, see you there. Let's go find the shiny. Okay, so I've got a little bit fixated on this one boulder. I thought it might have been bedrock originally, not sure about it, but as I scrape across, I'm exposing more and more of it, but it still won't move. Yeah, let's see if we can get that out. There we go, she's moving. I think, again, not sponsored by, but I think it's Amtech is that brand. I got this one, a shorter one, a slightly larger one, a 2-foot one, a chisel one. I think it was like €22 or something like that. Say $25. Very, very useful. Try not to put too much weight onto it. It did move a second ago. Now see all this clay material. The ground is getting discolored because this has been lodged here a very long time. Oh, that's a big one. Wow, I wasn't expecting. Oh, the floor of that. Oh my goodness, that is a big rock. Okay, what I'm going to do is clear these out of the way. First things first, I'll clear me out of the way because I'm going to roll it downstream. Right, let's try and get side onto it if we can. The best thing about a rock in terms of moving it, you don't necessarily want to lift it because then you're going to hurt your back. You're just going to roll it. Just going to go one-handed, lift. Okay, let's try that again. And lift slightly. I'm just going to roll it. We're not going to lift it up in the air. Just going to roll it and set it somewhere where it's out of the way and it's safe. That's what the gravel like. Oh, look at the depth now. The difference now. That's nice. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's quartz with iron striations running through it. Oh man. I only brought a headlamp. I should have brought a tent. I reckon about 6:30 is my cutoff. Ah, nuts. 4 minutes past 5. I have until 6:30 to get out of here, because factoring in how long it took me to get out here, then get back onto the main trail, then making it back to the car before it gets dark. Nice, look at the striations in the quartz. And that's relatively jagged. Let's see how it's not particularly round. That means it hasn't travelled very far. Happy days. Right, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to get a sample. Let's see if I can do this without getting up. That'd be handy, wouldn't it? Right, extend that one out for a second. Grab the pan, pull it towards me. The grand, there's nothing in it anyway. So I got dirt earlier on. To be sure. Because I want to know about this one. This one, pull water. And again, just pull water. Take that into. Wash off the tennis ball. Now we can be certain that whatever we get this time in our sample is 100% from here, not contaminated. And look at the depth difference in that now. Oh, I'd be delighted now if this was gold. Effectively being the lowest point that you can get in a river. I will slosh this around again. I'm kneeling down so it makes life easier. Put these gloves on as the rocks were tearing me skin apart. Just going to bring it over here slightly so we're underwater. Not too worried about getting wet. I am very excited about this one. Right, come on, go Panna. Right, let's have a look here. Earlier on I picked up some giant black horse flies, so in the pan I was like, what's that? I'll try and avoid doing that again. Okay, a bit more water in here. Let's have a look. Are we on the gold? Flashing pans. Happens too often up here so far. Notice a lot of flashing pans. A lot of the mica material. Get a lot of that down in the bigger rivers down the road. Work this down again just to be sure. Nope, nothing. Okay. Let's take a few leaves here, hang on. Just get a few. An actual leaf would be nice. And I go up here, park the leaf in the river. I want to see a slow down point. Okay, that's pretty slow there. That's moving. Curves. Watch the fern. Right, hits a bit of a junction there. That's going fast. Let's try this side. And we're just putting ferns in the river that were already here. Getting caught in this light going. Looks like that's the slowest part of the river. Let me have a quick look at this big giant hole I'm digging here. See where that sits. Flies off. So the left hand side of that is the slower part. So from that perspective, it's the left hand side of this is the slower part. It's not much water, so it's hard to judge. I'd say probably here. If there's mineralization there with quartz and iron, it's going to run this way. There's a clay there. I'd be hopeful of a pay streak running this way. Most quartz veins of the Klondike Gold Rush always run east-west. So running the quartz vein running this way, it will intersect here. So I would try the slow down point here. I'll try here. I'll try out at this stage. I want to find gold. Right, I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll come back to you when I find gold. I'm not going to do any more test panning on the camera until I find it. Right, let's crack on with it. Let's go find the shiny. Hello again. So what I'm doing is I'm working a gravel bar. Got a little bit of black sand out of here. I'm basically working my way down through the layers using the spike off this. And I'm also going to make an opening for the water to get out. There's no water in here. That makes life a lot easier. Okay, clay. We're on a clay layer. Yes! Yes! That's what we're looking for. That red iron material right on top of clay. We should be able to get gold off here, and if not, then this layer here is going to have a pay zone a bit thicker. I'm just going to pound through it. I have about 40 minutes. Nice, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. I don't necessarily want the clay, I want the gravel that sits on top of the clay. Right, to save on battery, save on everything, I'm going to keep working away with this, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes when I have this pan, and hopefully there's some gold in it. If not, I will work to the bitter end. My bitter end, I reckon, is about 20 past 6, and it's now 10 to 6. So about half an hour from now, I literally need to be packing up and walking out of here. Let's find some shiny. Yes, we're on the gold. Yes, get in! Oh, lovely. It's like a bus, you know? No buses for age, and suddenly 4 come along in one go. Let me show you. Because you can tell this is real. Like, this is not me just putting it in for the laugh. Oh my God, I've done so many test ones. I'll show you where it came from in just a second. Let me show you the gold. That is not too bad at all. So we've got 2 medium-sized pieces, 1 smaller one, and another smaller one there as well. Right, so this is where I got the gold from. Let me just very briefly run through the setup. Originally, we came down here, we took a nice deep hole. We got that big massive boulder out there, not much in the way of gravels and surface, dropped down a tiny bit of black sand. Then we came across to this hole, and we got not much, a little bit of black sand, dropped down, got a good bit of black sand, and the clay is even deeper. So stands to reason the clay starts further up. So we come upstream a little bit, and then I see this wall of clay right here beside where the sucker tube is sitting. Brilliant stuff. So now I come across, and I said, look, it's a gravel bar, it's a slow down point, I may as well dig it. I dig it out, I onto some clay, I can feel the clay under my hands. I get my gloves, I scoop it up, I put it in the pan, full to the gills pan, panning it down, and we're on the gold. Happy days! Oh, this is brilliant. I am absolutely over the moon. Right, just crack on with another gold. Yes! Let's go find more shiny. 4 pieces of gold in 1 test pan. Now the bait. Do I set up the sluice box, or do I just keep panning? Don't need pan a bucket to concentrate into. It's debatable. What would you do in my situation? You've only 20 minutes left before you have to leave. Set up a sluice. No, I'm going to pan. Setting up a sluice will take time, cleaning the sluice will pack up time, so I'm just going to pan. That's what we're going to do. Let's crack on with it. let's go find the shiny. Okay, so I ran 3 test pans out of this hole. 3 test pans total. You can see I've partially filled it in. I also threw the big boulder back in that hole digging because I can't ethically leave it like that. You know, I can't have somebody coming up here, although anyone coming up here is probably looking for gold anyway. So I filled it in as best I can. I just one I have to fill in as well. Put a few rocks into this one. But basically, yeah, I reckon the clay layer is too deep there, some black sand there, good bit of black sand here, and that's where we found the 4 pieces of gold. What I did on the second test pan was I scraped around the side of it. So let me see if I can see it on camera. I scraped around the outside of it, trying to get the layer on top of the clay, but there was nothing in that. So I think the gravel bar itself has nothing. The layer below has the gold, and then the layer below that is the clay because it can't go any further. The next day I come down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out this whole gravel bar and probably just go with the same sluice box that I had planned for today. In terms of the sluice box then, this is the Dream Mat 6x16. I used to have a piece of wood here as a lift plate, and when I put this in it was a bit skew-ways. It was sitting over the thing, so I just decided I'd put it in as an actual nugget trap. Either way it holds it in, it gives a bit of a lift. So this gravel comes down here, piles up and then hops over. We'll see if it works, but I won't see that today. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video of whatever I happen to call it at the editing stage. If you like this video, chances are you like the videos that previously posted and the ones we post in the future. Don't forget the subscribe button, and sure, catch you next one. You can all go find more shiny. Bye bye.